Hello, this is Ali Yahuwah, and welcome to True Motives Part 2. This particular discussion is entitled Mirror, Mirror. We are in a very important time in the history of the new Matsrayam, Babylon, America. And the first reason is that the 400-year prophecy is now in full effect. On Friday, August 16th, 2019, the very first Africans or Hebrews from the tribe of Yehuda, from the nation of Yasharal, were brought here to the new Mitzrayim, Babylon, America, as slaves. They set their beautiful brown skin on this foreign soil 400 years ago. Never again would their eyes look upon the beautiful land. Never again will they see another zebra, elephant, or lion. Never again will they eat of the pomegranate tree, the fruit from the soil, from their labor in the homeland. Never again will they see the sun setting on the Atlantic Ocean. Oh, people of Yasharal, my heart feels that pain even now. But our time of redemption draws nigh. For the Most High has prophesied of this time way back when he was talking to Abraham. The second reason why this is an important time in Mitzrayim, Babylon, America, is because this is the presidential campaign season. The Democrats are running around the country, trotting around their usual suspects. Oh, I'm sorry, maybe I should say candidates. Going here, going there, promising black community, the whole world, free stuff, everything free, just to get your vote. But you know you're not gonna get nothing. You ain't got nothing yet. Oh, the new lie this year is reparations, free college tuition, and you ask the Midwest white people, and they're gonna say, "Oh, well, we got to go and we got to give them better education," and this the same old spin on the same old lie. Better education, better housing, more opportunities, blase, blase, yada yada. I done heard it for 50 years. Same old thing, right? Republicans, well, you got Donald Trump in office, so you really know you're not getting nothing. So you might as well listen to these messages. Turn your face to Yah. Ask for his forgiveness. Humble yourselves and pray, because he is seeking those who are worshiping him and who are calling on him in ruach and in truth, so that he may deliver you from this burning house. Yes, judgment is upon America, Babylon, right now. Now, I don't know if you believe this or not, but that's not important, because it is what it is. Let us move forward. So, the candidates are running around, promising this and promising that. But like I said, you're not getting nothing but the same old thing. And my question in my mind is, why are we running around trying to continually be accepted in a land that is not yours, first of all? Trying to be accepted by people who hate you, second of all. Expecting things to change when this is not where you're supposed to be. I'm going to prove what I'm saying here in a second. That's why this is called mirror, mirror. Okay, so the white people, what the white candidates, and even the black ones, they run around trying to get your vote, right? Because you are the most valuable people right now in America when it comes to the presidential election. You Hadi, the Yahudi, children of Yasharal, Yahudi, by and large, they don't want you for nothing else but your vote. And right now, it's like gold to these power-hungry people. If you've never experienced power before in your life, this time of the year, this season, election time, is when you are very valuable. That's why they go out of their way to lie. Now, I'm going to tell you how they know how important the so-called black vote is to the key to winning. See, they all know it. They all say it. And the proof to how important your vote is, all you have to do is look at who the occupant of the White House is right now. That's right. Donald J. Trump. The face of what has been wrong with this land for 400 years. The face of greed, arrogance, hatred, everyone and everything except money. He's the face of rudeness, corruption, bankrupt morals, wickedness, liar. He's the face of murder, thievery, deception, the face and hater of anyone or anything unlike himself. In fact, he is a hater of his own self because he projects his hatred of himself unto others. He represents sexual assault and rape. One of his friends is dead because of it. He represents adultery, war and warmongering, spiller of innocent blood, destroyer of the land, air, water, wildlife. He's a hater of everything. Everything has been created. He hates. He just rolled back federal protection of endangered species. He's a killer. He hates everything of the Most High. President Trump, according to news reports, has told over 10,000 lies. Virtually every other word he speaks in public is a lie. He is guilty, or at the very least, culpable in the recent mass murder of 22 people in El Paso, Texas. Countless babies on the border have gone missing, presumably dead. We know of about 5 to 7, 9+ people murdered in Ohio. Dozens more slaughtered in Pittsburgh at a synagogue. And it just goes on and on and on. He represents all that is dark within mankind. Or should I say, a kind of man. Adam was called Ash. Descendants of Adam are called Ash in Hebrew. I don't try to sound like Farrakhan now, but mankind, I'll leave it there. Anyway, he hates the earth so much. Mankind does. Yeah, we'll say it like that. Mankind hates the earth so much that he continually devises new ways to destroy it. Again, from hunting the animals to extinction, to poisoning the very air we breathe with his factories, to poisoning our water with his petrochemicals and pharmaceuticals and any other kind of chemicals that he can think of. But more devastating than all of this, he has mastered the atom and has developed weapons to destroy the very place in which he lives, this earth. He is capable of destroying every living thing on this earth. And make no mistake, he will try to burn the house down if he can't win. Make no mistake about it. If you doubt what I'm saying, all you have to do is look at what Trump is doing to America right now. Tearing it apart at its fabric, at its core. Nobody trusts the Justice Department, the Supreme Court. Virtually nothing. The Pentagon, the freaking intelligence agencies, the FBI. Nobody believes nothing. The news media is one for one side and one for the other side. And nobody's talking other than we hate you. People running around with weapons of war, shooting people with impunity. Blood spilling in the street. He don't care. He blames the victims. Wow. So let's look at the title. Mirror, mirror. So people say, well, Trump's a racist. He's a what do they call him? He's a racist. He's a white supremacist. He's this, he's that. We can't have a bigot in the White House. We can't have it. His fellow white people are saying these things. Like this is some sort of surprise. Black people, so-called black people, told them this back when he was running. You better not do it. Don't do it. We know he's racist. We know he's a liar. See, one thing about so-called black people, we have the spark of Yah in our DNA. You are from the tribe of Yehuda. You have come from Shem. You have a long history and connection with the Most High. They don't. They're Gentiles. They come from Japheth. They don't know the truth. And when they hear it, they don't believe it. They believe lies because they tell them all the time. So it's easy for you and I to see a racist It's easy for us to detect a lie, but they can't. So they look to you, African American, to help them in this. They need you to help them pick their presidents because they can't tell a lie from a lie. They can't. They can't. Here's your proof. We picked Clinton. They said, "Oh no, he can't be no good. We do Monica Lewinsky, blah. We got to kick him out. The best economy ever, right?" Okay, he had his moral failings, but the country did well. No wars. Turn around. Bush runs versus Gore. The black people were torn. Half was voting for Bush, half was voting for Gore. The Supreme Court decided. White people. They decided. And they picked Bush. Well, what happened there? 2 damn wars, and to boot, didn't pay for either one. We're still in both of those countries, perpetual wars, and erect the economy to where it was the biggest crash in the history of America. The whole damn world economy crashed. Yes. So, white America, when it was Barack Obama running against, I forget who he ran against the first time, but whoever ran against the first time, they looked at us again. Oh, McCain. Who should we pick? We said, forget about it. We picking the brother, right? Turns out to be the best president they've had, like in a good long while. 8 years. Saved the country from Bush's madness. Economy did good. And Trump had been living off the Obama economy for 2 years. The country has been in prosperity for 10 damn years. But, hey, Obama left. Clinton, Trump. White people, they was mad. They said, you know what? We gonna vote for Trump. We don't care if he's lying. We don't need your help this time, black people. We are voting for Trump. Yep. See if we can put our guy in there. He can do better than your guy. How'd that work out for you? How'd that work out for you? Black people, so-called black people, could have had Clinton. But black men didn't come out to vote for her. That's a fact. Because if we did, she would be in office right now. But she was Miss Super Predator. She called us super predators. Back when she didn't think she was going to need to run for president. We was a super predator. Bill Clinton called us the scourge of the earth and all this kind of stuff. Put in the crime bill. Locked black people up wholesale. Black people and Mexicans locking us up. We still in jail behind that one. So I never forgot that. And that's why her white ass did not make it. So what I'm trying to tell you is they need us to help them make the presidential decisions because they can't tell the lie. They can't tell the lie from the truth. They can't see it. It's the mirror. So as I said, the white politicians, they decry President Trump is a racist. He's a white supremacist. So let's talk about the hypocrisy. Because my first question is he? What about you? What about you, Mr. Owner of the company who won't hire the black guy because he's a black man? You might hire the black girl and not pay her what the white girl is getting. Certainly not the white man. What about you? Isn't that racist? Can't be, right? Can't be. What about you, Mr. and Mrs. Privileged? Your median income, they just said the other day, is $171,000. The median income of the average white person in America today is $171,000. That's including, houses and boats and cars and stuff like that. Property things, right? The average African American, quote unquote, African American, $17,000. $17,000, man. We've been here 400 years, and you mean to tell me, after all that time, our median income is only 17 grand? What is wrong here? Trump is not responsible for all of that. But he's a racist. He's a white supremacist. Well, look in the mirror. Let's look in the mirror. Let's look in the mirror, because hypocrisy runs rampant in you. Because you look in the mirror and you don't recognize who's staring back at you. And I'm going to prove it right now. Flip my page. I'm going to prove it right now. Okay, so we're going to talk about, on this 400th anniversary of our bondage here in the new Matsrayam, Babylon, America. The prudent thing to do is to prove to you what I just ranted about just 2 minutes ago. Right? The hypocrisy. Because it's inbred in your DNA from the founding of this nation, and I'm going to prove it right now. So, the founders of this country, first, around 12 presidents, nearly a quarter of all the presidents, owned slaves at one point or another. And some of them actually had slaves while they were in office. But that doesn't surprise you now, does it? That doesn't surprise you. But I bet you what's going to really surprise you is that the hypocrisy of it all. I'm going to give you a quote, and you tell me if this is hypocritical or not. Okay? Okay. Let's go up to, let's see if you can guess who said this. The hour of emancipation is advancing. In the march of time, it will come. No, that was not Abraham Lincoln. Same guy. I'll give you another one. What a stupendous, what an incomprehensible machine is man. Who can endure toil, famine, and stripes of imprisonment, and death itself in vindication of his own liberty, and the next moment be death to all the motives whose powers supported him through his trial, and inflict on his fellow man a bondage, 1 hour of which is fraught with more misery than the ages of that which he rose in rebellion to oppose. Man, those are some mighty lofty freaking words, man. Nope, that was not Abraham Lincoln. Wasn't Frederick Douglass. Nope. This, people, was Thomas Jefferson. I got one more from him, too. I meant to hold back, but I'm going to give you this one, too. This abomination must have an end. There is a superior bench reserved in heaven for those who hasten it. This man, this hypocrite, Thomas Jefferson, owned 175 slaves. Man, that's looking in the mirror, combing your hair, stepping away for a second, and then forgot you combed it and go back in there and look at it again and comb it some more. He spoke those words and at the same time had slaves and talking about, well, the emancipation is going to come. So what the hell is this man talking about? He's a liar. Depraved from the inside out. Did he believe this abomination when he was raping the slave man's wife? Was it an abomination then? Was it an abomination when he was whipping that man? But he's writing these lofty words. This is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about hypocrisy. They're liars. But I got another one for you, so let's just move on. Oh, here's a good one. Nothing but the rooting out of slavery can perpetuate the existence of our union by consolidating it in a common bond of principle. And just in case you didn't understand all that, I'm going to say it again. Nothing but the rooting out of slavery can perpetuate the existence of our union by consolidating it in a common bond of principle. Meaning, if we don't get rid of this slavery here soon, we not going to really have a country. What a freaking hypocrite. This man had 300 slaves. 300. And had him while he was running around being George President, Mr. President. Raping them and every damn thing, too. Same. And had the nerve to talk about that foolishness, that hypocrisy, running around with these good lofty words. Meanwhile, Mr. Washington, who's on the back of your $1 bill or on the front of it, with all that Mason stuff and E pluribus unum and pyramids, all the symbols of Matsrayam on there. Yep. It is astounding to me the level of hypocrisy. It is 300 slaves while he's writing these magnificent words. understanding that the union that he helped founded is on very tenuous ground because of slavery. Now look, slavery has been in existence since the beginning of man. We, as the children of Yahuda, we had slaves too. Right? Slavery was indentured servitude, was all a part of culture and all of that over there in Africa. Right? All of the, most indigenous peoples did. But it was nothing like chattel slavery. You were a servant over there and in those cultures. And after so long, you went free. And certainly in the Hebrew culture, in the year of Jubilee, you went free. A servant could buy themselves free after a certain amount of time, so it was nothing like slavery in perpetuity. And certainly not the raping of your women and whipping of you and hanging you and lynching you and mistreating you and abusing you and murdering. It wasn't all of that. Okay? This was on a whole new level of hatred because these people knew who you were. Knew you were from the tribe of Yahuda. They knew you were people of the book. That's why they hate you. They hate you then. They hate you now. Same. So they can put up all these lofty words. But actions speak louder than words. And so let's go back to George. Mr. The Union won't last. Mr. 300 slaves. Let's go back to him. Okay? Let's go back to George. So after he wrote those words somewhere in there, this man, by the time 1799 or so, around in there, he had about, 125 slaves left. I don't know. But not one of them could be set free, even after he died. That man enslaved people even in his death, wicked man. So despite George Washington being the ultimate, in my book, hypocrite, Thomas Jefferson runs a close second. Because here, Mr. Owner of 175 slaves, raped one or two for sure, and fell in love with one of them. Anyway, so how about this? How about this quote right here? And then I'm going to leave this alone. And then we're going to go back to the scripture and wrap this thing up. Okay? All right. This one's phenomenal. Okay. This is Thomas Jefferson. There must doubtless be an unhappy influence on the manners of our people produced by the existence of slavery among us. The whole commerce between master and slave is a perpetual exercise of the most boisterous passions, the most unrelenting despotism on the one part, and degrading submissions of the other. Our children see this and learn to imitate it. For man is an imitative animal. This quality is the germ of all education in him. Okay, for those of you who don't know what despotism is, I did the liberty of looking it up because I didn't either. Okay, despotism is the exercise of absolute power, especially in a cruel, oppressive way. The exercise of absolute power, especially in cruel and oppressive manner. So Yahuwah told Abraham that know for surety that your seed will be in a land that they do not know and is not theirs, and will serve them and should be afflicted by them, oppressed by them for 400 years. People, those of you out there who are listening to me and are quote unquote black, have you been oppressed? Have you been the victim of oppression by people who have absolute power over you? Despotism on one part and degrading submissions on the other. See, white privilege is the result of the despotism that the slave master had over us, his slave. White privilege is an outgrowth of that. It's a logical outgrowth. Thomas told you that. Our children see this and learn to imitate it. So, like father, if the little boy sees daddy whipping on a grown man, black man, he gonna want to do it too. If the daughter sees her mama calling a black man a nigger and smack him, she gonna want to do the same thing. They gonna tell you, get out my way, nigga. They gonna think they can do it too. White privilege is the result of slavery. So when Mitch McConnell says, we've dealt with that already, no, you haven't. When anybody tells you that it's over, no, it's not. And Yah is putting it right in your face today. The mirror is right before you. Can you see yourself in the mirror? I'm going to read this scripture one more time and I'm going to wrap this thing up. This is James or YAAqob, chapter 1, verse 21 through 24. Therefore, put away all filthiness and overflow of evil, and receive with meekness the implanted word, which is able to save your life. And become doers of the word, and not hearers only, which you would be deceiving yourself. Because if anyone is a hearer of the word and not a doer, he is like a man who looks at his natural face in a mirror and goes away and immediately forgets what he was looking like, what he looks like. Don't be like that. This is for you, Yasharal, too. Remember your history. Remember the lessons that you've learned. Remember. Look in the mirror. Find out who you are and learn. Look at your face and look at who's staring back at you. Are you a child of Yasharal? Or are you an African American wanting to be a part of Matsrayam, Babylon, America? They don't love you. They can't. It's not in them. It's just not in them. They can promise you the world, but it's just not in them. Verse 25. But he that looked into the perfect Torah, that's the perfect instruction, the Torah of Moshe, Hebrew. Don't forget it. And it wasn't Charlton Heston. He was a brother, okay? But he that looked into the perfect Torah, the instructions from Yah, that of freedom, and continues in it, not becoming a hearer that forgets, but a doer of work. And that word is interchangeable in Hebrew, and it means worship.